Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Hey, what's going on, family? This is Ty from nopickspodcast.
What's up, family? Good evening, Joe. No Picks Podcast.
Bro, I'm glad we was able to link up on this, nice little Saturday evening and, get some content up out here, right?
Yeah, for sure, man.
All right. So, let me see. So, all right. So I got a couple things I wanted to pull up first to react to. And let's see. Let's get started on that. But how's your night been, bro?
It's been good, man. The family, we've been busy. I've been moving, so
Yeah.
we've been a little slow lately, just because I've been busy. But
Right.
finally we moved in. We just unpacking and building furniture, but it feels good to
Right.
be in a home. So life is good, bro. I'm chilling right now,
That's what's up.
man.
That's what's up. All right. So we got your cousin on the stream or whatever.
Hey,
All right. All right.
what
So
up,
let's just get
cuz?
started. Let's dive right into this shit, right? Um, so let me pull up the first joint I wanted us to react to, and this is all right. So this right here, right? Before I pull it up, this is a guy. This is Kendra. This is from Kendra G Singles live show, right? This
Oh
is a
Lord, have
guy,
mercy.
right? Um, I it caught my attention earlier. I thought a bull was saying some interesting stuff, and I'm interested to see what you and your cousin gonna have to say about this dude.
All
All right.
right, yeah, we got to start going in on the fellas too, because they be on some
Absolutely.
BS.
Absolutely.
So
All right, let's see. Here we go. This dude right here. All right.
All right, Lamar, Kansas City, Missouri, no kids, works at a
Lamar.
Aquarius, never married as well. What kind of woman are you looking for?
A faithful one with traditional values and things like that. Can I tell you what I don't want?
That's the second question. So do you want to, this is all you want to, the second question is what you don't like. So do you want to finish what you want first?
I just want a woman that can cook, clean, majority of her is like traditional. I never seen a woman that's 100% traditional, but to like at least 80%, because
You gonna pay all the bills?
If need be.
Well, that's when you say traditional.
Wait, whoa, man.
Pause
keep
it right
going.
here.
No, you keep going. I'm just saying, hold
up.
up, bro. I'm just talking.
She also expects you to be a traditional man in that sense, and in that statement, the man pays all the bills. So you said you see 80% traditional women. Are you 100% traditional man?
No. I'm just 80%. The reason why I say 80% is because I'm not a rich person, So if I was rich, it might come a time
to where like traditional woman that you have to be able to pay for that type of service. Sir.
Yeah, I know, but do that mean that I gotta settle for less because I'm not making money, right?
Settling for less for you because of the bills. So it seems like you're getting your equal equation.
That's why I said 80%, because eventually, if I might not have it coming up here, and I might be like, I want to go do this, I want to go do that,
So you want her to pay 20%?
Only if I don't have it. I'm gonna pay 100%, but if it ever come a time that I won't have it, because I don't know my current health, because I'm gonna end up being an old man eventually. So what if I get sick or something like that, and then she don't want to look after me, and I can't go to work today, and I might not have it coming up. So that's why I didn't say 100%. I'm just being realistic.
Okay. So do you want your wife to work?
Honestly, no. I really don't. I wanna do all the working. I want to take care of her and things like that. But
in that example you just gave, if life happens to you, where would the money come if she doesn't work?
Right. But then that's why I say 80%. I know that she's going to have to work eventually. But that's only if she wants to.
What?
Her money.
Okay, let's get to what you don't want. You was ready to.
Hold on. Right. Pause it for a sec, because he about to go on what he don't want, right? But
right.
Because it's Cap. I talking about Cap. Yo, all right. So we probably agree on this side. You cannot come in here requesting a traditional woman, and by that I mean a woman who cooks, cleans, takes care of the house, does the nesting. When you have kids, is gonna take care of them kids. Like, you cannot request that but be iffy about providing for her so she can stay in her feminine, stay in the soft life while she's taking care of all that. What are you contributing? Because
Right,
I think it is
right,
crazy to expect a woman to work a full-time or part-time job, honestly, but to work a job and then come home and fulfill all of the woman's gender roles in that household. I think that
right.
is ridiculous. So that's my first thought, bro. Like, are you like how you feeling about both
No,
so far? 'Cause this is
listen,
wild.
bro. So it pisses me off when I hear this word traditional from women normally, right? Because when women say traditional normally today, what they mean is, hey, I'm not going to do the things that traditional women have done, but you should still pay my bills. You should still do the things that traditional men have done, right?
Right.
It's in his case, it's the opposite. So he's like, I want a traditional or an 80% traditional woman, but I'm not gonna do the traditional shit that men should do. If you want a traditional man, you got to do that traditional man shit. I mean, if you want a traditional woman,
Right.
you got to do that traditional man shit, and that's just what it
Right.
is. So
And you
boy's
know what
kind
we
of
said?
bugging with, right,
No, we've always said traditional women get traditional treatment, right? We've said
right,
that too. Like if feminine traditional women, they can get that traditionally masculine man who's going to pay for everything and lead and do all that. Like traditional women get that treatment. You know what I mean?
right,
Everything else is up for negotiation. If it's 50-50, if it's going to be we both working and
right.
everything else is negotiable, right? But if I'm paying everything, my expectation
Right.
is I'm taking care of you. You don't have to work. Take care of
And
them
he's
kids,
talking
take
about
care of the
some,
house.
oh well, if I get sick, if this and that. Tough shit, bro.
You're supposed to
It
be
is like
stacking up.
right. Like that's on you. Like like that's not on her. If you put her in this position where you want this traditional woman of her to cook and clean, but like it's not a like if she does this, I'll do this thing. It's like these are the roles.
Right.
This is what she signed up for. This is what you got to do. If you can't perform that anymore, she should be able to dip without no issue.
Right. No,
You
yeah,
shouldn't
yeah,
cry
bro.
about it. You shouldn't bitch about it. She should just be able to replace you, and you just suck it up and be like, "All right, I couldn't fulfill my end of my end of the contract." So just as how hard I am on women when women talk this traditional shit, it's the same way
Yeah.
with men. I just don't normally
Right.
hear men say, "Hey, I want to do this traditional shit," but then don't. I want this traditional shit, but don't want to do their traditional thing. We all know what it means when women say, "Hey, we want this traditional kind of man."
We know what
That
that
means at
means.
a bare minimum, they want you to pay all the bills. Other things
Right.
come with it too, but at a bare minimum, you're paying all the bills.
Right. Or the bulk of them, like 95%. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
she could working is optional in when I see that. Like
Right.
for her it's optional, everything, but she's taking care of the crib. You know what I mean? Like that is her
Right.
occupation. She tends to the home. And if the woman was a breadwinner, my expectation would be that well, I would never be a stay-at-home dad, but if she's at if he at home,
Right.
your job is to take care of the house and it's the same thing. It doesn't matter it depends on who's working and who's not. So
Right.
no, bro, this is nutty. Let's see what he don't
Right.
want because this already sounds like some BS.
All right. So no, I already fast forward to the part. So the way he didn't want that shit was kind of corny, but
All
this
right.
is the part that I fast forward to the part where I think it's gonna be like a more interesting conversation. So I'm gonna
Okay.
play
All
that.
right. All right. All right. All right.
You are entitled to your beliefs. And I will say this.
Oh man.
Come on, Lamar.
Right.
You making us look bad, Brody.
I do not believe marriage is the answer for every human being. There's some people who I feel as though they just should not get married. And maybe you are one of those people. And there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you're being honest
Eventually, I
and
might.
upfront.
If I do, it's gonna have to be like two people or something like that.
Oh, no. If you get married, you're going to get married to 2 or 3 people?
Yeah.
I mean,
Let me stop it right here.
Can you
This nigga's
afford?
fucking delusional, bro. This
Yeah.
this is like male. Like we talk about
No.
female delusion all the time. This is male delusion, bro.
Yeah.
He can't have one wife and pay all the bills, but he want 2 or 3 of them. Nigga,
Right.
you so delusional, bro. Like you
Right.
gone. Like you out here, you playing Monopoly or something with like, come on, man. This dude crazy, bro.
Yeah, it looks bad. Listen, I know that there are the guys who are like, well, if you go back to Africa, they have polygamy, men have multiple wives, da 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 da. I'm like, yeah, but usually they all lived in the same house or hut, whatever it is. They all,
Right.
they were all
Right.
with him. He took care of all of them, and he was able to
Right.
provide for all of them. But like these dudes be out here, all they think about when they think about like polygamous relationships is sex. That's the
Yeah.
only
Yeah.
aspect they think about is that I'm
Yeah.
gonna be having sex with multiple women, and all of them are in agreement. Maybe all at the same time, maybe you know what I mean. But they only think about that aspect. But bro, dealing with one woman full time for a lifetime is a big ass emotional investment.
Right.
Like
Right.
just one woman is so much work and effort and resources. Imagine 2 or 3 of them, bro.
Right.
Imagine through two having to provide for 2 or like men. I feel like men like this, they don't think about that.
No.
They don't think
And
about that.
you know what this reminds me. In fact, let me play a couple more seconds of this, then
Oh
we'll
yeah,
be
yeah,
done
my
with
bad.
him.
Go ahead.
Because I feel like, boy, he kind of
He's
lost me
nutty.
with this
He's
shit.
nutty.
Yeah.
It's the yeah, I can do that. It's the Western mindset to only want to be married to only one person.
So you gotta leave America to get married that way?
Yeah, we can do it down here with no contract or nothing. You know, let's go right on outside and let's do it. Have some people gather around like a barbecue, like how the blacks
like a
do
barbecue.
So do you want a polygamous relationship? Is you want more than one woman?
No, I just want like two.
Two women.
Just give me two good ones. Give me two good ones to feed my urges.
Told you.
And they can't have kids.
Nah.
All right. Well, this nigga, I'm done with him anyway. But like, all right, so this reminds me of like Philly Muslims, right? So when I say that, it's like, you know how Philly Muslims are like, listen, they want to have multiple wives, but like when you're a Muslim within that religion, like they allow for you to have multiple wives, but the the idea is for you to be able to provide for them equally. Right. So if you got a house and a car and a golden retriever and 2 kids in private school with your main wife, you need to have that. And you got 4 other wives, you need that. The other wives need to have the same value. They also need to have a car, 2 golden retrievers. I mean, the kids, things, whatever. But the resources need to be equal for all 4 households, right? Let's say you got 4 wives, right? But the Philly Muslims do it a little differently. The Philly Muslims, they'll have their main wife, and trust me, and my barber's Muslim. I'm you and I are from Philly, so we know how this should go. The Philly Muslims will be like, they'll have their main wife, and they'll be in maybe not a middle class house, right? Whatever, how many kids they have, but their other 3 wives are in like Section 8, and they just stay at each house or whatever, and they just keep linking out, having babies or whatever. But like the whole thing, if you're gonna have all these wives, you gotta have enough money to be able to pay for all these wives. The people I know that are Muslims that have multiple wives, they all get welfare. They all in Section 8. They all doing all this stuff. It's like it's a bad look.
It's dusty.
It's dusty. But it's like that's the whole thing, and that's what in the Muslim countries, like, bro, like the people with money can do that shit. The people without money, which is the vast majority of people, can't do it. So the regular boy Habib just got 1 wife in 1 crib providing for her because he can't afford for Sarah and Barbara. He can't afford 4 houses. He can't afford 3 houses.
Right.
And neither can they, but they just be like, hey, well, they got a house. Fuck it. You know what I mean? So, and he on the same type time, he like, listen, just come down here. We can eat oodles and noodles every day, beefaroni and spam. And you know what I mean? Like,
my cousin, they got sister wives, right? Sister wives. Right. But see, you can listen, there are some relationships that this is the case where it works. And it can work if you can afford, if you can provide for all of them. And then for some of them, they all work. You know what I mean? Some of them, it's like, listen, I'm still going to do my part. As long as you contribute, I'm good, right? But so it's not impossible. It's just extremely difficult. And like I said, I don't think that women, if you meet a man who doesn't have a clear vision of how he's going to pay for all this and fund all this, and he's weird about his role and his expectations, but expects you to still do what you got to do, you're barking up the wrong tree. And we've talked about this before. Whoever impregnates you, remember, you made that decision. If you do not vet that man properly, if you just sip the Kool-Aid, if you didn't see through the BS, it is what it is, right? A guy like Lamar, for me, is a dusty.
Yeah, definitely.
He's a straight up dusty, and
he's unrealistic. I'll provide for her 80%. Like, what does that even mean? Like I mean, I get what it means, but like, bro, like when you start talking about this percentage shit, like you got to take the traditional stuff out of it because that's not who you are. So you might as well say 50-50. You would make more sense to me saying 50-50 because you sound stupid. You're trying to be 100%, but you know you don't make that kind of money.
Yeah.
So you're trying to give yourself like a little out, trying to be like, well, listen, if you meet somebody from Kendra G, she like, nigga, what happened? You're like, well, I said 80. You mean like, so don't look at me like I said 80. Like, nah, nigga, like you
that
look
could
crazy.
Be true. My cousin said he heard that some of them get wives to have someone to help them with their businesses. Maybe is that what Yada Awakening doing? Dusty Awakening, he got all them wives so they can help him with his $1 million businesses because he got that could be the case. But listen, true story. Because of this, like really quick, is somebody I don't associate with anymore, right? I don't want to put his name out there, but I don't talk to Bull no more. But he literally was a stay-at-home parent. Like he chose. He was getting a check. He was at home, but he'd be home all day not doing nothing. You know what I mean? He'd be blowing tree, BSing, doing nothing. And he would expect his wife to come home who was working a full-time job, a good paying job too. You know what I mean? Like come home, she would start to take care of the kids, clean, cook. Mind you, he's been home all day. All day he's been home. And she would have to come home and still do all of that. Now, Whether or not she did it, that's another conversation. If she wanted that deal, that's on her. But like, there are men like that who will be perfectly okay with being at home while their wife works full time, and then still expect them to come home and do all of their womanly duties.
Right.
And that for me is just that's exploitation. I don't know who would ever take that deal. That's some bullshit. That's some
deal.
BS. It's a horrible deal. So ladies, don't fall for that. Please don't do that.
All right.
Yeah, this was
All right.
interesting.
So I got